A very good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I would like to thank organizing committee for providing me opportunity to present my research work here. And today I'll be talking about molecular basis for the pharmacological activities of piperlongivin against the breast cancer. As all of us here know that the breast cancer is one of the commonly diagnosed cancer and it is the second leading cause of death among the women. And these are top 10 cancer sites occurring in the women, among which the breast cancer continues the topmost cancer death among the women. These are some chemotherapeutic drug that has been used for the treatment of the breast cancer, but the major problem with these drug has several side effects and these are expensive. So the questions comes how to target breast cancer safely. One of the possibilities is the identification of the drug from the natural sources, as the drug derived from the natural resources are inexpensive and it has no side effect. So in this project, I have chosen the piperlongumine, which is a amide alkaloid, and it is derived from the root of the Ayurvedic plant that is piperlongum. So first of all, so our aim was to examine the potential of the piperlongumine in sensitizing breast cancer cells to the doxorubicin in both cell line and the animal model. And first of all, entity assay were performed to examine the effect of the piperlongumine on the breast cancer cell proliferation. And we use several breast cancer cell line like MCF7, MDAB231, T47D, and MDMB468 cells. We found that the proliferation of the cells was reduced by the increasing the concentration of the piperlongumine. For example, the viability was reduced by 93% to 21% when the cells are exposed to 0.1 micromole of piperlongumine to the 100 micromole of piperlongumine at 72 hours of incubation. Similar dose-dependent inhibition in the proliferation was found in T4070 and MDAB468 cells. Next, clonogenic assay was performed to assess the effect of the piperlongumine on the long-term colony formation of the breast cancer cells. We found that piperlongumine suppressed the colony formation in the dose-dependent manner. For example, at the 10 micromole of piperlongumine, there is respective 33% and 64% reduction in the colony formation was found in MCF7 and MDAB231 cells. Again, soft other colony formations assay was performed for the further validation of the clonogenic assay. A large number of the colonies were found in the control cells, and a decreased number of the colonies were found at 15 and the 20 micromole of the piperlongumine. So these two results confirm the reducing effect of the piperlongumine on the long-term colony formations of the breast cancer cells. The ability of the piperlongumine in triggering apoptosis was first of all examined by the Agridin orange and propyramidate dual staining cell cycle analysis and through the DNA laddering assay. Here in Agridin orange and propyramidate dual staining, the healthy cells exhibit green fluorescence, but as we increase the concentration of the piperlongumine, the apoptotic cells shows yellow and orange fluorescence. As all of us here know that when the cells are undergoing apoptosis, there is increase in the subG1 populations. And there is accumulation of the cells, and here we can see in the control cells about 0.2% of the cells were at the subG1 phase, but at the 10 and the 15 micromole of piperlongumine, the cells are arrested at and the cells around 15.6% of the cells were arrested at the subG1 phase. Through DNA laddering assay, we found the intact DNA in the control cells, but the smearing pattern is observed at the 15 and the 20 micromole of the piperlongumine, which is the another hallmark of the apoptosis. This is the effect of the piperlongumine on the expression of the tumorigenic protein, and there is decrease in the expression of the cell proliferation marker like BCL2, BCLXL, surviving Ki67, and there is decrease in the expression of the invasion protein like MMP9 and immunomodulatory protein like VDL1, and decrease in the expression of angiogenic protein like VEGF, and this alkaloid also increase the cleavage of PARP. By JC1 and TCF DNAs, DCF-DA staining, we found the apoptosis is mediated through the mitochondria and ROS, as the healthy mitochondria is represented by the red fluorescence and the depolarized state of the mitochondria is represented by the green fluorescence. By DCF-DA staining, we come to know that the minimum ROS production is in the control cells, but as we increase the concentration of the piperlongumine, there is around 8 to 10 fold increase in the ROS production at the 15 and the 20 micromole of piperlongumine. Next, we examine another aspect of tumor development, that is tumor cells invasion and migration through wound healing experiment, and we found that there is huge migration in the control cells, but as we increase the concentration of the piperlongumine, the migration of the MDMB 231 is suppressed at the 10 micromole of the piperlongumine. And this is the chemosensitization experiment where we found that when the piperlongumine and the doxorubicin are combined, there is drastic reduction in the viability of the cells. For example, at 20 micromole of the piperlongumine, there is about 40% of the cells were dead. 40% of the at the 20 micromole of piperlongumine, there is around 40% of the cell death, and at the 0.5 micromole of doxorubicin, there is around 8% of the cells were dead. But when the both piperlongumine and doxorubicin were combined together, there is around 60% of the 60% reducing the cells viability. We also examine whether piperlongumine can inhibit NF-kappa B activations, and immunocytochemistry was performed for this, and we can see in the control cells. P65 is located in the cytoplasm, but as soon as it is induced with the factor like the TNF alpha, P65 is translocated from the cytoplasm to the nucleus. But when the cells are pre-treated with the piperlongumine followed by the TNF alpha, this nuclear translocation is reversed, because the LNC RNA are also involved in the tumorigenesis. So next we evaluated the modulatory effect of the piperlongumine on the expression of the tumor suppressor LNC RNA like Cas5 and MEC3, and oncogenic LNC RNA like H19. And there is induction of 5.4-fold and 2.4-fold in the expression of the Cas5 and MEC3 at the 10 micromole of the piperlongumine. And the expression of the H19 was reduced around 4.6-fold at the 10 micromole of piperlongumine. We also examined the extracellular glucose and extracellular pH in the culture of the media from the control and experimental group. We observed in control cells there is less extracellular glucose, means the control cells are consuming more glucose, and more extracellular glucose in the piperlongumine treated cells, means the cells are consuming less glucose. This result suggests that the import of the glucose by the cancer cells is impaired by the piperlongumine treatment. Similarly, the pH of the media from the control cells is in the range of 6.2 to 6.3, but as we increase the concentration of the piperlongumine at 15 and 20 micromole, the pH increases to 6.8 to 7.1. So the acidic environment turns into the alkaline condition in the piperlongumine treated cells. We also examine whether piperlongumine can modify the expression of the glucose and lactate transporter. So first of all, immunocytochemistry were performed to check this, and we can see as we increase the concentration of the piperlongumine, there is decrease in the expression of the GLUT1 expressions. For validation of immunocytochemistry, Western blot analysis were performed, and the level of the GLUT1 was decreased from 0.6 fold to 0.2 fold at 5 and 15 micromole of piperlongumine. We also examined the MCT4 expression in the normal and the piperlongumine exposed cells, and we found there is 0.7 to 0.7 fold and 0.3 fold decrease in the expression of the MCT4 at 5 and 15 micromole of piperlongumine. We also examined whether piperlongumine can develop the tumor growth. For this, we have developed an EAC mice model, and we found both piperlongumine and doxorubicin were effective in decreasing the tumor size, tumor volume, and the tumor weight. But when both piperlongumine and doxorubicin were combined together, that there is drastic reduction in the tumor size, and there is around 93% reduction in the tumor volume compared to the control group, and and there is around 85% reduction in the tumor weight in comparison to the individual group. Finally, we determine the effect of the piperlongumine on the metabolic parameter. With the increase in the concentration of the piperlongumine, there is decrease in the level of the cholesterol and triglyceride. However, there is increase in the level of the glucose in the piperlongumine treated group. Mm, because of the time limit, I'm not going in detail. We have also done lots of studies in the ESC mice model. So the overall conclusion of my work is piperlongumine induces ROS production and induces mitochondria membrane potentials, and which results in the apoptosis in the breast cancer cells. Piperlongumine also, the most likely mechanism of the most likely mechanism of anticancerous activities of piperlongumine is through the modulation of long non-coding RNA and inhibition in the NF-kappa B activations. Piperlongumine also inhibits the tumor growth in ESC mice model, and it also modulates the metabolite level like glucose, triglycerides, and cholesterol in the ESC mice model. So this is my group, and thank you everyone for having patience.